There are several methods used for cannabis extraction. They have pros and they have cons. But that's not the point of this introduction. Cannabis extraction requires equipment engineered specifically for the task of retrieving concentrate from plant material. The NB1104.2 is designed for supercritical extraction using CO2 as the medium. It's not only clean, it's green. Shanghai Northbrook Company Limited is a large Chinese company specializing in short path distillation, lab instruments, and lab equipment. Engineers and salespersons seem to integrate their knowledge to provide a comprehensive solution that fits the needs of the client. Now, I was looking for an effective method to extract a pound of cannabis using CO2. And I had some conversations with Shirley via email, who's a salesperson at Northbrooks, and their engineering team came up with the NB1104.2. Now, before I get into its operation, let's identify some components. We have the chiller, basically a temperature regulator. Depending on the material being processed, it can be set higher or lower in many different increments. Factory settings are fine for cannabis. The CO2 cylinder. It's our source for CO2. The Co2 interface. Now this connects our CO2 source to the NB1104.2. The CO2 storage tank. CO2 from the cylinder goes into this tank. Valves 1, 2, 3, and 4. These valves control the operating pressures of the storage tank, the extraction kettle, and the separation tank. The extraction kettle, it holds the extraction barrel. And the extraction barrels are the things that you load the material that you're going to extract. In this case, it would be cannabis. The separation tank, and the separation tank separates the extract from the CO2 as it goes through its loop cycle. And pressure temperature monitors, these are there to give us information to the data center. And from there we can check on temperatures and pressures and the operations of some of the mechanical equipment that goes on in the operation. And that's a basic overview or a basic introduction to the components that you need to understand how they work in order to successfully extract cannabis using this machine. That's a quick overview of the NB1104.2's functional components. The unit is constructed with high-grade materials and doesn't take up a lot of space. As I said before, this video introduces the NB1104.2, manufactured by Shanghai Northbrooks Company Limited. It's a very basic overview of a machine that meets my requirements for extracting cannabis. In upcoming videos, you'll learn how to load the extraction barrel with material, how to prepare the NB1104.2 for a closed loop run, and how to retrieve the extract. See you again sometime.